Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. So, as some of you may know, I've been having a bit of a back and forth with a Twitter mutual named Mark Joycey. Now, Mark has basically sworn up and down that he's been right about how my channel analytics are going to be, and you're going to hit this many subs by this point in time. And he said that apparently I was going to reach 3,000 subs by the end of November. And I mean, for a while I was getting kind of close, basically before recording this like a few days ago, it was at, I think, 2,760 or so. So, getting there, but probably not going to prove him right. And so in desperation, he made the following tweet. Bothered Boy is only 300 subscribers away from 3K on YouTube. I told him he would get 3K by the end of November. Don't make a liar out of me. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. And so I thought, well, you know what? That's $300. Because I've been working a whole bunch of overtime, I have a little more disposable income than I would normally. And it's Christmas, 'tis the season of giving, and it's getting cold out there. So let's make this a little interesting. If the internet can prove Mark right and get me 300 subs by the end of November, I'll donate $300 to Mutual Aid Halifax, which builds crisis shelters for homeless people. So subscribe for a good cause. And yeah, this is actually a charity that Mark chose should he win this bet, if you want to call it a bet. Halifax Mutual Aid is a group of people committed to taking action against houselessness in Halifax by building small crisis shelters for those who need them. And this is something that I actually feel very strongly about, not just because of the concept of mutual aid, but also it is getting colder out there. In many parts of the country outside of like Southern Ontario and the West Coast, it's actually pretty snowy and very frigid already. And I'm also reminded, unfortunately living here in Ontario, that there was that story a while ago about the carpenter, Khalil Sivright, who was building tiny shelters for the homeless so that they could adequately survive the night because there simply aren't enough shelters, and the city of Toronto has failed to provide enough adequate housing and supports for people to prevent them from becoming homeless in the first place. And there's no real supports for those who are homeless. Like I said, so many of the actual homes and shelters they can go to are full, and they're also centers, or at least they were centers, of COVID outbreaks. So he, being a carpenter, took matters into his own hands, and instead of the city reacting of, wow, you know what, yeah, we feel really embarrassed, we should actually really get our act together, instead they sued him. They filed an injunction, and then recently they came to a settlement where he agreed to stop. And I remind people, winter is coming. In fact, in many parts of the country, it's already here. So this would absolutely be good money for a really good cause. And I thought, okay, well, we're still a little ways away, but we'll see what happens, right? Well, apparently there's been a development. Earlier today, when finally checking social media on the commute home, I saw that I was getting a lot of comments from people telling me that they were here on my channel because of a shout out on the Majority Report.
Left of the box, another great Canadian content creator is Bothered Boy. He posts videos daily on his YouTube channel, and he covers topics from all around the world. He is close to 5,000 subscribers. If he reaches that goal by the end of November, he'll donate $300 to charity. Let's make him pay. Leftists supporting leftists is how we win. Please go subscribe to Bothered Boy on YouTube. That's Bothered Boy on YouTube.
Okay, apparently that's a thing. And yeah, we're now actually closer to the goal, which is part of why I'm making this video now. As of recording, I am sitting at 2,826 subscribers, meaning we have gotten more than halfway closer to the goal since the start of November, and we are still in the middle of November. Normally I'm not wrong, but Mark may very well be right. We still have about just under 2 weeks to try and make some magic happen and get $300 to a really great charity and for a really great cause. We are just 174 subscribers away from 3,000, which here's where things also get a little more interesting. I tend to, do things by thousands or 500s, like live streams or make certain announcements or reveal certain projects. That's what we're going to do again here, because when I hit 3,000 subscribers, there's something very interesting that happens. There's some surprises in store for everyone, including fresh new content with other YouTubers and non-YouTubers, some of whom are really big names, all things considered. What can I say? I'm good at networking. So if we can get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of November, you also get, on top of like supporting a fantastic cause of sheltering the houseless in the dead of winter in Halifax, you also get 3 to maybe 4 surprises depending on how you want to quantify that. And thanks to that single shout out from the caller, or the I am, on the majority report, we are nearly halfway there. But we literally only have 2 weeks left to make all this potential magic happen. So in one of the rare times I ever say this on this channel, please like and subscribe and share it around. Like and share the video so that more people can see it and see what's happening, or hopefully happening, but that's up to everyone to kind of help make it a reality. It feels so weird having said those words on one of my regular videos. You will see and hear more of it with one of the new projects that is revealed when we hit 3,000 subscribers. And aside from being a total shill for a moment, telling people to like and share and like and subscribe, I also want to take a moment to once again thank everyone who's already here. From the beginning, when this started back in like June or July of 2020, I did not expect this to become this. I did not expect to do the previous collaborations that I've done with like both Fifth Column, The Surfs, John the Duncan, Chill Goblin, like all the fantastic collaborations with Waffle to the Left, and so many more. Like I even did one with Mainly Mandy recently. So, you know, there has just been so much that's happened since 2020 and when I started doing this. And like now I also have patrons on Patreon. Like it is honestly just so wild, and I still can't fully comprehend it, even though I've been doing this for over a year now. And so aside from just trying to shill to get to a goal ahead of schedule, if this ends up happening, and yes, it's for a great cause, but I still want to take time to remind people that I am still very appreciative of everyone who's been here, whether you got here, you know, early on the ground floor when you're one of my first 100 subscribers, half of whom were basically IRL friends, but anyway, or if you're here today, like literally today, as of recording, from the Shout It on the Majority report, or from any other point in time, thank you for being here with, you know, sometimes very distressing content and just sharing in the catharsis of being so frustrated with all the terribleness in the world, but also, as people have said, you know, they've learned a lot from this channel, and I'm just very thankful that people have decided to come here and stick around. I know I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, but I really can't thank all of you enough. But anyway, let's see who's going to be right. Is it going to be Mark? Is it going to be me? I tend to be right a lot of the time, but Mark has also so far been pretty right about calling for when I hit certain goals. So maybe he's the one who's actually right this time, and that's what's bothering me today.